Hey everyone! So, today we're gonna be finishing up 12 Hours to Die, hopefully. I do have to preface that I only have about an hour and a half with you guys today, so if we don't get through it, I'll just change the title and we'll have a 5th episode, but hopefully we'll be able to get this all done today. So, remember we left off after the trial, and Warden went offline, but he caught us when we were trying to escape. So, we'll see where our actual escape comes to play. But why did they move him? Don't look at me. He's breathing. Huh? I hear voices. Oh my god, Edmund's alive. Holy shit. He's alive. What? Let me see. I can't believe it. He's actually alive. He must be in excruciating pain, but he's barely hanging in there. That rebar's what's hurting him, right? Hang on, I'll pull it out. Stop! Are you trying to kill him? Huh? Don't you dare touch that. It's the one thing keeping him from bleeding out. Sorry, I didn't... I can power through the pain. I can. I can't even feel my legs anymore. He needs to be treated right away. I'll be right back. Hang in there, Ed. You're gonna be fine. Wait, why is... So Cicely didn't do anything to Edmund then. I don't know. You know, people are supposed to die when they're killed. You couldn't have just waited one more minute. You had to be some big damn hero. First the server hacking and now this. I have half a mind to kill you all here and now. But I won't. However, I will have to penalize you all for it. At the end of the hour, I will open the courtroom once again. Then we will resume the Inquisition. I'll see you bastards soon. At least we aren't dead. Do we have to hear that verdict again? I'm gonna kind of go into the voices today, I think, but I'm not gonna, do them fully. Verdict? Is the over? You shouldn't speak. Who killed her? Who killed my sister? Cicely. What? Cicely killed her? That's impossible. I'm back. Hang on. First, I'll secure the rebar and keep it from moving around. Sorry, this might sting a bit. After what we've been through, I think I'm numb to a little stinging. You'll need to get to the hospital as soon as you can, but this should help ease the pain for a bit. What is that? It's something I dabbled in during chemistry. It's a painkiller like morphine. Hold on, are we really letting the murderer treat him? It's fine. I trust her. Even after everything I've done, you're too much. Ugh. That's all I can do for you. Is he gonna be alright? I don't know, but it would be best if he didn't move at all. However, he won't have a choice since everyone will have to go back to the courtroom. But it should only take a few minutes. Then you all can get out. I can feel my pain slowly dissipating, but I can still feel the rebar tearing into my skin. But I think I can manage the pain now. Hey, didn't you hear me? You need to rest. There are a few things I need to take care of. Like what? The Inquisition's over. Ed, it's okay. We've taken care of everything. Just relax. I said I'm fine. I can't waste any time. I just need to bear with the pain for a little while. Edmund, wait up. I know it's hard to accept. Even now, I don't want to believe she did it, but it's the truth. It's not that. At least let me come with you. I can fill you in on the details. Thank you. How much do you know about the case? Not much at all. I remember entering the catwalk and walking up backstage, and other than that, I don't know much else. Alright, I'll start from the beginning. You're saying Raina was killed here? Yes, Cecily shoved Raina into the window. That explains the crack. I still find it hard to believe Cecily killed her, but if Cecily confessed, then that's that. But that's not what I'm here for. Good, it's still running. The laptop? Earlier, I wrote a program to connect the school's network, and it looks like it just finished. After the Inquisition, Warden said something about an illegal download, then shut off. Could your program have caused that? Yeah, probably. I realized Warden might notice a new network connection, then block it. So, in addition to connecting to the network, my program's also set up to download any new information it detects. So, even if Warden shuts off this connection, we'd still be able to see some of what was stashed on the network. I think I get it. So, what can you find? Give me a sec. Here are the first results. Looks like a stash of videos. I'll try GYMCAM. Oh, GymCam 7. This is... You hacked into the cameras. Looks like it. Well, we can't watch all of this, so I'll skip ahead. Wait, go back. Right. What the... Raina. I thought she said she was killed here. She was, I thought. Go back a little further. On it. Before Raina left, Cecily ran out with the laptop. She dropped it off in the senior boys' locker room. Then she left the gym to find me. Afterward, someone was supposed to have moved Raina backstage. Yet, here we see her walking there herself. Oh, I see her now. Well, let's keep going. The video cuts and skips to 6:10, when you and Cecily ran backstage. That's when we discovered the crime scene. It was around hour 5:50. I see. I wish we could see what happened before that. It probably wouldn't matter. What do you mean? I think these videos are set to only show the moments where it detects motion. Like when we left to search for the bomb, or when Raina appeared. Then there wouldn't have been anything to see. Right. Let's see what else we have here. Most of the files are corrupted. So you can't view them? That's a shame. Hey, what about that controls file? Let's see. Whatever it is, it's locked behind the administrator. Can you hack in like before? No, it would take me too long to make the program. Even if it worked, I doubt the Warden would let us stay for long. Right. It's weird that all of the other file cameras are corrupted. I wonder if the Warden had something to do with that. That's all I have so far. I'll check on it again later. There might be more to this case than we thought. Yeah. Cecily claims she killed Raina in the sound booth, yet the footage shows Raina walking to the stage. I have so many questions right now. Sorry, Cecily. I know you want me to rest, but I can't relax until I get some answers. Anyway, let's get going. Right. Oh, I like this new BGM. It's like slightly different. I should take this with me. So, why did you want to come back here? When we investigated backstage, I found this note in Raina's pocket. Meet me backstage alone. That is strange. I wanted to try comparing this note with our written tests. Maybe we can figure out who wrote it. Let's give it a try. Whoever wrote this is definitely a suspect, but who wanted to see Sis? Here they are. Have a look. Which of these signatures matches the note? Argus, it looks like. Or no. That's Raina's writing. Because it crosses over. Crosses over on the M. Like on her capitals, they cross. Huh. This is Sis's handwriting. That can't be right. Did you find it? Maybe it's because of the blood loss, but compare Raina's handwriting with her test. The E's and O's match, don't they? I think you're right, which means Reina wrote this note. How is this possible? Why would Sis write this? Let's get to the sinus lab. Huh? Who are you? Huh? I said, who are you? I'm Edmund? The real Edmund died hours ago. What are you saying? Tomoka, I know how much he meant to you, but this isn't him. You can't let the Warden fool you like this. Do you really think the Warden had an identical body double prepared for this? You can check the stage. My body isn't there. Of course it wouldn't be. Tomoka, you and Cicely checked his pulse and he wasn't breathing, right? Well, yeah, we were sure he was dead, but... Then explain how he's standing here now. This is so stupid, but this should convince him. Ever since sophomore year, you had a crush on Reina. When you confessed to her at the culture festival, she responded, I'm sorry, but I don't see you like that. I have too many things on my mind right now. You laughed after she left the room and acted like it didn't bother you, but... How did you... Look, I don't know how I'm still alive, and quite frankly, I don't care. We have more important things to do now. We'll figure out that mystery after we get out of here. Whatever. I shouldn't be alive, but I am. It doesn't matter. I won't waste this chance. It should be around here. I'm gonna check the catwalk. I'll be right back. Okay, I can take care of things here. I remember finding it in the teacher's desk earlier. Ah, here it is. C8H7N302. I just need to mix the packets inside with water. Then we can... I have to go back there. I need to focus. I just have to mix... Edmund? Oh, hey. She started sorting through the lab ingredients. What are you doing? Just making preparations. Preparations for what? Just in case. It doesn't hurt to be prepared. I see. Tell me, Edmund, why are you doing this? If you keep moving, you'll risk opening your wounds and bleeding out. If that happens, I might not be able to control your bleeding. You could die before getting to the hospital. I know. Oh, for crying out loud, why are you so calm? You just got your life back, yet you seem keen on wasting it. And now you're talking to your sister's killer as if nothing happened. You should be screaming at me for what I've done to her. Would it do any good? I don't get you. I killed her so I could escape. I was so scared that I would die here. Who wouldn't be? Being abducted and forced to play this game? All I could think about was escaping. I didn't care who had to die. I had to escape at all costs. I'm horrible. I'm just a wordless murderer. I could have killed you. I would have killed you, and everyone. But you didn't. Only because I was caught in the end. I could have confessed at any time during that Inquisition. But I didn't. I was too scared of dying. I wanted to get away no matter what. And maybe I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for her. I deserve to die 1,000 times for my crimes. Do you really want to die? Of course not. Weren't you listening? It terrifies me. Dying now means that everything I suffered through was all for nothing. But I deserve to die for my crimes against you and Reina, and I can accept that. I can die knowing you, Tomoka, and the guys will continue living. Tomoka told me what happened. That you blamed Reina for Felix's death, and that she blamed herself. But it's not true. Reina was only protecting me. It's my fault your brother died. I thought so. Reina, wake up! Sis! So Reina was asleep at the wheel. Ed, can you hear me? Edmund! He's not responding. Reina, can you get a call signal out here? No. It's gonna fall off any minute. I'm going back in. Wait, You can't. You're barely staying awake. Wait here. I got him. I I can't climb back up with Ed. Raina, can you reach him and pull him up? I'll try. Alright, easy does it. Easy does it. You're gonna be fine, Ed. I got him! Pull, and I'll push from down here. Alright, Ed. Your sister's gonna pull you up. You're gonna be fine. There we go! He's out! Good. Okay, I'm climbing out. I'm fine. Oh, crap. Get back! No! Felix. Is that the truth? I was barely conscious, but it's what Raina told me. So, if you... Thank you. Huh? Thank you, Edmund. I'm glad you told me. Knowing that's how he went, it puts my mind at ease. But if I wasn't there, he'd... It's not your fault. Not yours, not Raina's. It's nobody's fault. It was just an accident. You can only decide your own actions, not anyone else's. When your friends went to help you, it's because we want to. It's as simple as that. Felix made the decision to rescue you on his own. My brother wanted you to live, even if it meant losing his life, and now you're alive. Don't waste it. Let me guess. You still have something you need to do, right? I don't approve, but I can't stop you. Just be careful, okay? It's not my fault, but... Oh. Cecily. Hey. Keep an eye on him, okay? Call me if anything happens. I will. Edmund? Oh. I'm done here. Let's head back to the gym. Okay. Why are we back here? There's something I need to do backstage. But this is... I know. You can stay here. That's not the point. The only thing back there is whatever's left of your sister. Hold on, I gotta move this mic. That should be fixed now. Then I'll leave that to you while I look around. Sounds good. I was really like that for a minute. I just had to move the mic. I don't think I've ever seen this room so clean before. Ugh, I don't want to think about that. That laptop. I feel like I've seen it before. Oh, right. It was in the sound booth while I was working on my program. Cecily carried this in the video. It definitely should be working now. Okay. Just a lag, I guess. Cecily carried this in the video. Then she disappeared into the room. So she dropped it off here. It's wet. The shower has been used recently. I'm getting distracted. There's a reason I'm here. If I remember correctly, it should be here. Ah. It just slid open. I remember Billy mentioning these secret doors before, but I've never seen them open before. If I remember correctly, it can only be opened from this side. Why are there secret doors in the shower? That's weird. I guess they trust seniors more than freshmen. I wonder when this was unlocked. I should let Tomika know about this. Edmund! Ah, sorry, were you gonna say something? No, you first. I found these in Billy's locker. Gloves? Nothing seems off about them, but why would these be in Billy's locker? Was there anything else? No, this was all I could find in the lockers. Yours and Argus's lockers were still locked, and there was nothing inside when I opened them. So Billy's was already unlocked? Yeah. Maybe... Hey, could I borrow those gloves for a little bit? Sure. Thanks. I'll be right back. He's gonna test him under the luminol. Luminol, do your magic. I knew it. And judging from the bright glow, they must have been soaked in blood. But that leaves me with more questions than answers. What do these gloves have to do with anything? Why were these in Billy's locker? Gloves added to inventory. So, going off a theory that I had earlier during the trial, I was thinking that Billy was the one who moved the body backstage. But if that's the case, that wouldn't make sense with Reina walking back to herself, unless things happened in a different order? I'm not sure. We should have asked Cecily. Well, I'm done here. Ed? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. What are you doing here? I was just about to ask you the same thing. I mean, I didn't think anyone else would come back here, especially you, Ed. Anyone else? Did you come backstage before me? Yeah. I wanted to say goodbye. Goodbye? Everyone else checked the crime scene except for me. I didn't think it was fair to avoid coming here, and you wanted some closure, right? Yeah. It was just so sudden. She couldn't even... Sorry, I shouldn't be bringing it up. It's fine. I'm well aware I'm not the only one who misses her. Still, I can't believe it's been a year. Back then, we couldn't wait until graduation. We had so many plans. I never thought any of this would happen. I was actually dreading the day I graduate. Huh? Why? Because everyone will leave after summer. My time here in Plymouth has been the best years of my life. I don't want it to end, especially not like this. But what about your dreams for the future? What dreams? I'm not like you guys. I don't even know what I want to do after high school. I want to go back to when it was just the 7 of us. I want to keep pretending to be friends with you guys. Pretending? Isn't that how it is? When I first met you guys, it was always, you're Reina's brother, aren't you? The only reason you guys were friendly was because I was Reina's brother. I would have been all alone again if it wasn't for Reina. You have no idea. You have no idea what we've been through while you were gone. Yes, Reina's death was devastating, but yours hurt us too. Cecily desperately wanted to find your killer. And don't get me started on how much it traumatized Tomika.
Maybe you're right, and we became friends because of Reina. But she's not why we've been friends for 3 years. It might be hard for you to believe, but you're a cool guy, Edmund. You're the reason why the rest of us became friends with Tomoka. You're more than Reina's brother. You're Edmund frickin' Lockwood. Alright, Coach, I think he gets the point. You can stop shouting at him now. Sorry. I'll see you guys later. I swear I could hear him outside the gym. I still don't understand how you're still alive, but we're glad you're back. Let me guess, you're thinking it would be better if Reina survived instead of you, right? It's no use regretting something you can't change. Just make the most of this. See ya. You done? Whoa, where did she come from? Yeah. I think we did as much as we could. All that's left is waiting. Oh, you might want this. My phone. That's it, alright. There's no question about it. It even has the same scratches from all the times I've dropped it. I found it on the catwalk when we went upstairs. The catwalk? I must have dropped it when I was attacked. Thank you. It must have switched pockets somehow. What's that? This? It's a key. Stairwell B? Where did you find this? My pocket? It was one of the prizes after finishing the second floor. Prizes? Yeah, the other one was a lighter. I didn't think it was that important, so I never told anyone. Sorry. You mean you had it all this time? Yeah? I see. Did I do something wrong? His pockets used to be empty. Since we have some time, I'll look through the laptop some more. Good idea. Oh, it just finished scanning. Anything new? There's only one new file. And it looks like it came through the teacher's messaging system. Do you think? It's a video file. I'm playing it now. This message reaches you guys. Miss Mana. I don't know how much time I have, so I'll try to make it quick. Listen carefully. There's a way to escape without playing the Mastermind's game. A way out? How? How does she know this? Warden is controlled from the network administrator account. So if you log in, you can control Warden and put an end to the game. However, it's very likely the Mastermind will be logged in at all times, and only one person can be logged in as the admin at a time. So you'll need to find the Mastermind and log them out. Find the Mastermind? Does that mean... I wish I was wrong, but I know for a fact the Mastermind is one of you guys. One of us organized this whole thing? Who? But... I'm sorry, but I don't know who the Mastermind is. So, we're on our own. But when you do log the Mastermind out, just log into the administrator account using the password I provided. However, there's a few things you should know. Warden cannot unlock the exit, at least not directly. You need to activate the execution command, but no one has to die from it. After the command is completed, the exit will open until your remaining time runs out. Once that happens, the exit will close, and nothing can stop it. Your only chance is to jam the door with something sturdy. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. And that's just about it. That was a lot of useful information, but how does she know so much? Are you done yet? Come on, wrap it up. Uncle! They're here too? But I should explain. I was forced to cooperate with the Mastermind. They kidnapped someone very important to me. I couldn't risk losing them. And it wasn't just me. Some of the other teachers are in the same boat. Or in my case, they threatened to outright kill Tomoka if I didn't cooperate. I know what we've done is unforgivable, but this is all we can do to make up for it. This is a lot to take in. I wish I could ask for more details, but it's a recording. You have to escape. All of you must escape before it's too late. You guys can do this. I believe in you. Tomoka, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I have faith you'll make it. I look forward to your verbal lashing when you come home. It's interesting that the teachers are involved. I wonder if maybe they're the ones who did the, who, knocked them out in the first place? Because they said there were multiple people who did that. Please, live to attend your graduation. That's the only video she sent. So the teachers were forced to cooperate with the Mastermind. And she also confirmed that the Mastermind is one of us. More and more questions keep piling up. What about the password she mentioned? Didn't she say she would provide one? She did, but she didn't say what it was. Could she have hidden it? I mean, Warden can hear us, right? So maybe she was worried the mastermind would hear and change the password. That sounds very likely. But how did she hide the password? And how did she intend for us to find it? We also need to find the mastermind and log them out. Any ideas who it could be? I have no clue. Haven't really thought much about it. As far as we know, it could be any of us. Yeah. What about the mystery killer Warden mentioned way back? Maybe they know maybe that's how the Warden knew about their past killing, because it was the mastermind. No, the mystery killer has nothing to do with the case. How can you be so certain? Because it was me. What? 7 years ago, I killed someone. Damn, Tomoka, okay. Just dropping a bombshell on us like that. See what she has to say. That was rather entertaining play, Tomoka. A masterful performance. Oh, stop it. You're gonna spoil her even more if you keep that up. But it's true, it was amazing. I thought the part where the unicorns were crossing the splintered bridge was very... Daddy? Oh. Tomoka, run! Mom! Oh, the thrill of the kill gun guy. What are you doing? We weren't supposed to kill them. You fool, our job was just to take the girl. Oh, these were the guys from the forest before. So I don't think the gun guy was there last time. Who cares? Getting rid of them makes our jobs easier. Just grab the girl already. Sorry, kid, it's nothing personal. Just business. Oh my god. A witness? Jeez, it's almost like guns make noises. Simple solution. No! Oh, that's why gun guy's not there anymore. Wasn't there in the other one. She killed him, I think. Damn, I think I can see bone. Wait, where's my gun? She has it now. That does it. Give it back. I was gonna say, she's not gonna give it back, you just murdered her parents. So lame. Oh, shit. Fool, run! Mom! Tomoka? Live. In the end, it was ruled as a justified homicide. But even so, I wish I didn't kill him. He deserved to rot behind bars for the rest of his life. He never had to suffer consequences for his murders, but I did instead. What do you mean? I killed in self-defense, but it didn't make a difference in most people's eyes. All they cared about was that I was a killer. Friends who were always there for me abandoned me. People distanced themselves from me out of fear or hatred. It got so bad that my uncle and I had to change schools, and that's why I'm here in Plymouth. All things considered, I lived a stable life, but it was hard to connect with people knowing they'd leave me as soon as my secret got out. I don't know how to respond to that. I can't even begin to imagine what she's been through. Sorry for rambling, and I'm sorry I never told you. Honestly, it hurt to never be able to tell you or anyone, but now you know, I'm a murderer. This is so much to process. So much happened to Tomoka's life, it's unbelievable. She didn't do anything wrong, it's not fair. I'm glad you told me. I can't begin to imagine what you've been through. But now, we know that the mystery killer has nothing to do with the case. Huh? Why do you... You didn't kill her, right? No, but That's all I need to know. Just because you've killed in the past doesn't mean you've killed now. I don't care who you were back then. I love you for who you are now. You're important to me, and nothing will ever change that. I know I can trust you, Tomoka. Edmund. I'm tired of waiting. Get over here now. It's time. Come on, we shouldn't keep the others waiting. Right. And so another trial begins. Or continues? I don't know. Where are those two? They're well aware of our time limit. They'll be here. I just wish they'd hurry up. The suspense is killing me. You're awfully quiet. So, is it just me, or does Edmund's behavior seem odd? Odd in what way? It's just, he's been really calm. Almost as if nothing changed. I expected him to be more torn up after his sister's death, but he's barely affected. That's not true. He's hurting more than any of us right now. Metaphorically and literally. I've noticed he's been slightly more irritable, but Ed's always been the kind of person to keep his feelings inside. He's never let any of us see him cry. He probably doesn't want us to worry. I know, but still. So, anyone have any clue what the hell happened? What do you mean? I'm talking about his sudden revival. You and Tomoka said he was dead. He had no pulse. For all we knew, he was dead. So why is he walking around now? You make it sound like it's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad he's alive, but doesn't it seem a little odd to you guys? It shouldn't be possible, right? No, there's one explanation I can think of. Raina told me Edmund had a pacemaker ever since last year's accident. He has a pacemaker? The accident took a huge toll on Edmund. It almost left him paralyzed. Years ago, he would have needed a heart transplant, but pacemakers have improved since the last decade. It's possible it was still active and slowly pumping his blood without generating a pulse. Then, eventually, his heart resumed beating, only to wake up in pain and to see that ghastly sight. But one thing's for sure, it's a miracle he survived. Is it really a miracle? Seems more like a curse to me. Sure, he's alive, but now he has to live knowing his sister is dead and never coming back. As long as he's alive, he'll live with that pain. It's kind of sad, don't you think? Even so... Hey, guys. Kept us waiting, huh? Sorry about that. It doesn't really matter. In 5 minutes, you'll all go home free. Let's get this show on the road. He looked like he had something to say. Edmund? I'll be fine. What's the plan? The way I see it, there's 2 ways we can do this. Our first option is to immediately vote for Cecily. She confessed to the murder, and Warden was about to execute her before the interruption, which means she might be the killer after all. It would also allow us to get you to a hospital sooner. And the other option? If you think it's possible that Cecily isn't the killer, then we can push for longer inquisition to go over new evidence. It will also give us a chance to reveal the mastermind, though we'll have to convince everyone to go along with it. But we still have a time limit to contend with, and the longer we stay here, the slimmer your chances of survival become. Whatever you decide, I'll stay by you. I'm also counting on you to keep me in line. Naturally. We only have 2 hours. Let's make the most of it. Yeah. Sis, are you watching me? We're gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. All relevant evidence has been added to inventory. It's time to revisit Sis's murder. The last Inquisition concluded that Cecily was killed her in the sound booth. Warden was even going to execute Cecily. But a few things just don't add up. One of 2 things is happening here. Either Cecily really is somehow the killer, or the mastermind is hiding the truth. But which is it? Our lives are riding on this Inquisition's outcome. Only the truth will set us free. Alright. Oh, meanwhile. So that's the gist of it. I see. That explains a few things. I'm glad y'all are safe at least. I was there and I still can't believe it happened. I'm happy to hear Freda and the others are safe, but our students are still being held in the school. Isn't there anything the police can do? We have our orders to be on standby. Standby? So you're not going to do anything? It's all we can do. While you guys are sitting on your asses, my niece and our students are dying in there. I know. I'm sorry. I don't like this any more than you do, but right now there's nothing we can do. I want to rush in and save them, but doing so would put the hostages at risk. If only this was Moscow, then you could rush in. Now is not the time for puns. Oh my god, I didn't get it. I'm sorry, it's a nervous habit. Tomoka, please be safe. Sir, I have something to report. 2 hours remain. Man, so we don't get to know what he reported? Let's once again go over the basics of the Inquisition. The Inquisition will continue until you discover a real culprit or until time runs out. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the killer. Oh, and by the way, for this Inquisition, the killer will have to be decided by a united vote. A united vote? In order for your votes to count, 4 of 5 of you must be in complete agreement. Think of it as punishment for the rude interruption earlier. So everyone besides the killer has to agree in order for the vote to count. So without further ado, let the Inquisition begin. This is such a waste of time. We already know I killed her. Whatever, we'll go over the case one last time. After this, my guilt will be made crystal clear. She still insists that she's the killer. If she really is the killer, then how will she explain that piece of evidence? After the bomb announcement, I went up to the sound booth with Reina. There we found and disarmed the bomb. Then you slammed Reina against the window, killing her. Yeah. If we can change the flow of discussion, maybe a contradiction will reveal itself. No, it's basically the same thing as Danganronpa. After the bomb announcement, I went up to the sound booth with Reina. There we found and disarmed the bomb. Security footage, rebar, secret door, written tests, laptop. Security footage is what we'll have to use. Hang on. So, Reina died in the sound booth. Does that mean you moved her body too? No. We already went over that. Someone else moved her body. Yeah, the security footage shows who did. It was Reina. Hold on. Are you really sure Reina's body was moved? What are you saying? I killed her in the sound booth and her body was found backstage. How can you say she wasn't moved? Are you saying she was lying about where she killed Reina? Of course not. I already confessed to her murder. Why would I lie now? I didn't say you were lying. Everyone, have a look at this. This footage was taken from a hidden camera in the gym. How did you get this? It's complicated, but let's just say I hacked into the system. Anyway, this is after the bomb announcement. At around 5:20, Cecily and Reina went to the sound booth. Right. It's off screen, but we know what happened. Then at 5:40, Cecily ran to the boys' senior locker room with a laptop in hand. And she left the gym soon after that. Just like what Mocha said. But after a few minutes later, at 5:50... Reina! What the... It can't be a disguise either. That's definitely her. As you can see, this proves Reina wasn't moved. She walked backstage by herself. What a twist! Wowie, zowie, what the fuck? Even Warden's surprised. Then, I didn't kill her? Not necessarily. There's no denying that Reina didn't die in the sound booth. However, she could have succumbed to her wounds after arriving backstage. True, but if that's the case, how do you explain her cuts, the weight, and the lighter? Sounds like a lot happened in the last Inquisition. Then maybe she came back to finish off Reina. When did I have time to do that? Well, Ed, what does the footage show? The only footage after Reina shows Tomoka and Cecily entering the stage. But that was when they discovered the crime scene. Oh, I see. So we were wrong. Ceci didn't kill Ray after all. It's not too late, Edmund. We can still start the vote and end this farce. I understand how you feel, but stop and think about this. With how much time we have left, we'll be cutting it close if we keep going. But not only that, there's also your condition to consider. The longer you go without proper medical attention, the less likely you'll make it. Is it really worth risking yours and their lives for a verdict that won't change? This footage is enough to make me doubt you're her killer. I can't just vote while I still have this doubt in my mind. And I can't move on until I've confirmed the killer for myself. I know it's selfish, but everyone, please bear with me for a little longer. It wouldn't hurt for you to be a little selfish every now and again. I'm right behind you, Ed. This feels like a waste of time, but I'll deal with it for a little longer. Man, this is so boring. We get it already. The brat has a hero complex. What about you, Tomoka? I trust Edmund's judgment. If there's still any room for doubt, then we should continue the Inquisition. Fine. I'm completely against this, but if that's how everyone feels, then I'll comply. Thank you. But on one condition. If your health takes a critical turn for the worse, I reserve the right to end the Inquisition immediately. Got that? I understand. Naturally, we'd end the Inquisition if time became an issue. but I guess my health is also a factor. So, once again, we're back to square one. Not exactly. We didn't have this footage in the last Inquisition, and with this we can pinpoint exactly when everything happened in the gym. We can? How? I remember the body discovery announcement playing at hour 5:50. It was hour 5:50, and the video showed Cecily and me going backstage at 6:10. 5:50? 6:10? Guys, I'm completely lost. If we know the time in one format, we can deduce the same time in the other. Hour 5:50 and 6:10 p.m. are both the same time, but what's the trick? Huh? I don't know. Hour 5:50 and 6:10 are the same time. Add them? I don't know. If you know the time in one way, then you can figure out the other. Just remember that the real time and the countdown time add up to 12 hours. Oh. For example, at 6 p.m., it would have been exactly hour 6. Oh, I get it now. You're totally right. Which means we've been here since 12 a.m. No, you're thinking of 12 p.m. Right, I always get those confused. All this time talk is giving me a headache. Is any of it really important? It's very important. Thanks to that video, we can build a reliable timeline of events. Alright, so let's review the case and what we know. This should give me a better understanding of the case as well. Raina and I found the bomb at hour 6:30. After 6:20, I moved the laptop to the senior boys' locker room. Finally, I left the gym at hour 6:15 and met with Tomika. Raina entered the stage at hour 6:10, which was a few minutes after Cecily left the gym. Then the hour 6 announcement played at exactly 6 o'clock. After that, I met up with Argus on the second floor, and that was around the time Raina was killed. That can't be everything. There's still something we're missing. The bang. When did the bang happen? Is that what we're looking at? No, that doesn't make sense. $6:20. We moved the laptop to the boys' locker room. Did she do something first? No. Entered the stage at hour 6:10. A few minutes after Cecily left the gym. I put the Argus on the second floor. What am I getting wrong here? Hold on. First, let's save, and then let's through our evidence a little more. Should I say the bang? Maybe it's the bang. Because he said there's another event that was left out. It's got to be the bang, right? Move the laptop. Okay, they say check the evidence again, so maybe that's not the right evidence. .555 is when... Maybe that's it? So 5:55 p.m. On the clock, that would be 6:05? There's still one more event we can add to the timeline. Raina's time of death. Her death? According to the autopsy, the time of death was 5:55 p.m. 5:55 p.m. translates into hour 6:05. Which means she died before the hour 6 announcement. 6:05? That means she died shortly after I left the gym. Then, damn it. Sis died before the announcement, but what does this tell us? 6:05, 5:55. What's Finkel and Edward? Pretty sure Finkel is not a man in this case. Or what's the other way around? What? I don't know. If Raina was killed at hour 6:05, then the killer had to be backstage at the time. But that's impossible. And that only means one thing. What are you talking about? Let me explain. This will blow everyone's minds. Only Ray went backstage before hour 6:05, right? Then she must have killed herself. Okay, but why? Because she knew she would die. She did it so Ceci wouldn't be executed. It's not my fault. I drove her to this. No. You saw her wounds. She was covered in cuts and crushed under the weight. Wouldn't she just use the weight? Maybe she was trying to make us think she was tortured. I'm pretty sure those cuts weren't self-inflicted. It's more likely she got them while fighting the killer. No, that's impossible. I'm 100% certain she killed herself. She must have. Cecily might be onto something. Maybe I can support her argument. Fighting the killer. Oh, wait. Did she use the microphone to fight them? Sorry, Billy, but Raina couldn't have been the only one backstage. But she was. Your footage proves no one else besides Ray went backstage. That's true, but this shows otherwise. Oh, come on, Ed. How does a mic stand prove anything? Tell me, what do you think Raina saw when she went backstage? What she saw? She probably saw Edmund lying dead and maybe her killer? What do you think she would have done then? Run? No, she probably would have been really pissed off. Maybe even tried to get revenge. If that's the case, she would have picked up the closest weapon, the mic stand. But hold on. Ray would have been leaking with blood, remember? But there's not a single drop of blood on that mic stand. You know, Billy, I agree with you. What? Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Guys, it's not that shocking. I make good points sometimes. But I'm glad you're seeing things my way, Ed. There is no blood on the mic stand anymore. Anymore? What are you talking about? The mic stand is completely clean, yet a luminol test revealed hidden traces of blood. Luminol? It's used a lot in crime dramas. You spray it and turn off the lights, and the hidden blood traces begin to glowing blue. It's one of the few things that television gets right. That must be what you went out to the science lab for. Though, maybe you could bring that up sooner? Sorry. But like you said, Billy, Raina would have been leaking blood. So how would she clean the blood off the mic stand? She had nothing to wipe it off with, and even if she tried, more blood would come. It's still possible, probably. Really? You think it's still possible? Let me break it down for you. You really think that Raina left the sound booth, cut herself, held the mic stand, wiped it down, then set the lighter, cut the rope, holding the weight above her, and then somehow disposed of the knife and whatever she used to wipe the mic stand, while the weight was still falling, mind you. You're saying she did all of that? I'm kind of impressed you can say that in all one breath. When you say it like that, it does sound very unlikely. Thank you. At this point, the only conclusion we can come to is that she was murdered. Yeah. Sis was murdered, that much is clear. But now we have another problem to tackle. The killer's methods. How did the killer commit this murder? Since she was murdered, and the killer had to have gotten in and out of the gym, all without being caught on camera. And that opens another can of worms. According to our timeline, Raina entered the stage at hour 6:10, and she died at hour 6:05. Then Tomika and Cecily discovered the bodies at hour 5:50. The killer had less than 20 minutes to kill Raina and escape the gym. Whoever did this. But how in the world did they get backstage in the first place? They couldn't have taken the gym door, otherwise the footage would have shown that. There's no back entrances and no trap doors. But there are other rooms that connect to the gym. She's right. The killer could have entered the stage from another room without being seen. The killer must have come through the... Well, I wasn't going to say catwalk. I was going to say the sound booth, but maybe the catwalk. The only other way into the gym I can think of is the catwalk. The camera would be unable to see anyone come in that way. Yeah, I guess you're right. Then, are you saying the killer did everything from the catwalk? No, that's impossible. Unless the killer had a lot of string and was an accomplished puppeteer, we can only conclude that the killer was on the stage itself. You know what's funny? How you said the weirdest things with a deadpan expression. Then you understand how far-fetched it is of the killer to enter via the catwalk. If they did, how did the killer get down from the catwalk to the stage? And it's the only way I can think of. So how did the killer accomplish that? Maybe the ropes? How did the killer get to the stage from the catwalk? We can rule out jumping. Most people can't survive falling that high. Maybe they used something? What could they have used to come down safely? Maybe the killer came down the same way as Edmund. That seems a little too risky. Then maybe they climbed down something? Billy, you're onto something. I knew it. The killer used the weights like an elevator. No, not that. I'm certain the killer used the stage ropes to climb down. Seriously? They actually climbed down the ropes? No way. The ropes go all the way up to the ceiling, so it's possible. That's insane. You'd need some good upper arm strength. But it's definitely plausible. It's nutty, but it could be done. It's crazy, but we don't have any better explanation. But I wonder why the killer would take such an elaborate path. Unless... Everyone show your hands, right now. Our hands? If the killer climbed down the ropes, their hands should be scratched up or something. You're welcome to check, but it's pointless. The killer would have protected their hands somehow. Oh, I see. Yeah. There was a pair of gloves in the catwalk. They must have used those. Gloves? So, let's see. After climbing down, the killer murdered Raina. They cleaned the microphone stand, set the lighter, and took their knife. And that's all that's left to discuss is the killer's escape route. Alrighty then. Oh, so he escaped through the... Oh, or the secret door. Yeah, because the sound booth vent would show up. But so would the secret door. Have to avoid the camera. My first thought is that the killer climbed back up the ropes. Is that even possible? It's possible, but it could take a while. The killer was probably on an adrenaline rush at the time, so yeah. Where would I put that? I don't know where to insert it. Maybe it is the vent.
Just say something about the ropes? Ooh.
Get up and reload. Because I'm not doing that whole trial again. I think we can still skip this other stuff though. Wait, what do I use for this? That's not right. What the fuck did I use last time? Oh, okay. No. Let me skip this. Came in through the catwalk. Ropes. How did the killer get out? Okay. This is where we died last time, so. It has to either be the secret door or the vent. So I'm just gonna try those at each part. Hang on. Unfortunately, that's not possible. The ropes are too far from the catwalk. If the killer couldn't get back on the catwalk, then how could they get out? There's no other backstage exits. Oh, I guess that's not considered backstage. The camera has a blind spot. But the locker room's a dead end. Oh wait, no, it's not the vent. It's gonna be the secret door. Oh, that's... God damn it, I used the wrong thing. There we go. Was there really a dead end? I'm not so sure. What are you talking about? Of course there was a dead end. You'd enter the locker room, but the only way out is the way you came in. Normally that would be true, unless you took the secret door. The what? You didn't know about the secret doors in the locker rooms? What are you talking about? If you push against the wall in the back of the shower room, the wall adjacent to the adjacent shower room slides open. There's one on the girl's side, too. Hold on, I think I would have pushed against it at some point in time. They're only supposed to be unlocked in case of emergencies, but they were unlocked for the game. How could I resist such an interesting door? I mean, come on. But were they even unlocked at the time? Oh, you're talking to me? The secret doors were unlocked after the second floor puzzle was solved. So the killer could have. No, they had to use it. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So the killer left the stage, entered the locker room, then slipped out through the secret door, and then... It's not so difficult, Billy. The killer did this after passing through the secret door. And then they left through the gym door. Oh, thank God. I was sure it was going to be something completely bonkers. What else could it be? After leaving the gym, the killer just resumed their search, or at least an impression of it. Is it possible that the killer left the gym while we were in the hall, Tomoka? I think so. The killer most likely peeked outside to make sure the hall was clear. Then they would have made sure to run quietly so we wouldn't notice. So it went like this. The killer entered the catwalk, then climbed down the stage ropes. When they arrived at the stage, they killed Reina. They snuck out of the stage, taking advantage of the camera's blind spot. Then the killer left through the secret door in the boys' locker room. After that, they returned to the hall as if nothing happened. I think we can say without a shadow of a doubt that this is the truth behind the killer's actions. Bravo! I'm sure you all feel so very proud of yourselves. Though there's a little something you're forgetting about. What are you talking about? The killer, you dunderheads! Who's the killer? Dunderheads? Oh, yeah. We still need to figure out who did it. Alright, then it's about time we solve this mystery. You say that, but are we really any closer to finding the killer? He's right. We may have figured out how they did it, but there's no clues as to who did it. Before we go on, there's something we should clarify. What do you mean? The number of killers. How many were there? I thought we agreed there was only one. The killer pushed Edmund off the catwalk, then climbed down and killed Reina. Sure, that's possible, but if that's the case, then the killer's actions make no sense. As you might recall, the first rule states as follows. After a murder is committed, the survivors will investigate. A murder. It doesn't state any benefit of killing multiple people. There'd be a benefit if they killed everyone else. But less than that would only make things harder for them. Then what are you suggesting, Cecily? I'm saying that Reina's murder and Edmund's attempted murder are two separate incidents, carried out by two separate killers. What? Wait, hold on. What about the timing? Both incidents happened 5 minutes between each other. Are you saying that someone else climbed down? No, that's impossible. Then, I don't get it. It's simple. Reina's killer entered the stage using a secret door in the boys' locker room. I see. That's how they bypassed the cameras. Makes sense. I guess, but it doesn't help us at all. Ray was killed at hour 6:05. Any of us could have used the secret door. That's true, but one piece of evidence will narrow down the suspects significantly. Don't just stand there. Show it already. The note. Earlier today, someone gave this note to Reina. She was to meet the person backstage. And now that I think about it, it also explains why Reina went backstage at all. She must have seen this person who she was meeting walk backstage, so she followed. Wait. And we know who she agreed to meet with. She even admitted to it last Inquisition. Let me guess, I'm the killer. Is that what you're about to say? Wait! I didn't want to bring this up, but I guess I have no choice now. You confessed to writing the note, and there's more. Tell me, at what time did we meet up? We met up in a classroom a few minutes before the hour 5. And because of the footage, we know I left the gym at hour 6:15. Wait a minute, there's a 15-minute gap between Cecily leaving and meeting Tomoka. Well, Tomoka, care to give us an explanation? I don't have one. Not a concrete one, at least. Huh? Hold on. Why would Mocha do it? Isn't it obvious? Who was backstage at the time? Mocha, Ray, and Ed. Oh no. Tomoka, perhaps you mistakenly believed Reina killed him? So you killed her for revenge. It makes sense if you look at the evidence. But if that's the case, your actions after the murder make no sense. You could have won earlier in the last Inquisition, yet you went out of your way to indict me. I can't shake off this doubt. So please, just prove me wrong already. She's not even reacting. Don't worry, Cecily. I didn't kill Reina. Like I said before, we met in a classroom. You had no way of knowing which one I was in, so you had to check each one. That can take 15 minutes. Why is it never easy? They always have to argue till the bitter end. I don't want to believe Tomoka killed Sis, but if she's innocent, then the evidence will show as much. Well, Reina wrote the thing herself, so We already talked about that. I still don't believe someone like Mocha could do that. She's the only one who could have done it. I lied about writing the note. Billy also lied about seeing me write it. Wait, what? Then what did I see? That's obviously an excuse. If it wasn't you, Tomoka, then who did write it? Was it Edmund after all? Maybe it was Billy? Or perhaps Argus? Are you claiming I wrote it? Maybe Rona reminded herself to meet herself backstage? Tomoka couldn't have written that note because it was Reina. She wrote it. What? I was kidding. Now I'm even more confused. I know it makes no sense, but it's the truth. This matches my sister's handwriting perfectly. Edmund, are you really trying to cover for her? No, it's not like that. Then what is it like? Reina wrote that note? Don't even go there. Tomoka wrote that note. If you compare the note with Reina's written tests, you'll see they're a perfect match. Even if that really is one of her tests, Tomoka just disguised her handwriting. She still could have gone backstage to kill Reina. It's probably my fault for not bringing it up sooner. Time to fix that. Bring up what sooner? Tests? Why would she disguise her own handwriting if it was to her? Is it the rules? Hold on, let me see. Where's committed an investigation? I'm gonna do the laptop. The secret door was only used to escape. It couldn't have been used to enter the stage, because it could only be opened from the senior boys' side. You mean it's a one-way door? What a crappy emergency door. Good thing it hadn't been needed yet. I didn't even realize it could be opened on one side. That changes everything. Everything? How come? Don't you get it? The way the killer could have entered the stage is through the catwalk. That's right, it's the only possibility. I see. Well, at least that simplifies things. Simple or not, we're still no closer to finding the killer. Not exactly. Now we know there's only one possible route the killer could have taken. Yeah, and we can already eliminate a few suspects. Those of us who couldn't climb down from the catwalk are, I think, Billy and Cecily. Couldn't climb down from the catwalk. Edmund and Cecily? That would be Cecily and myself. Cecily didn't leave the gym until hour 6:15. She wouldn't have enough time to run back up to the 4th floor. And I was unconscious around the same time. Sure, but what about Tomoka? I can't prove that I didn't. I had 45 minutes to run up to the 4th floor. I guess that's true. So, if the killer had to come through the catwalk, then that would mean Ray's killer came after Ed's? I think at this point we can disregard the multiple killers angle. Raina was killed at hour 6:05, and Edmund was attacked at hour 6:10. Clearly, Edmund's assailant and Raina's killer are the same person. I agree. I don't think any of us will argue that. Sis's killer is my assailant. That must be the case, but that doesn't explain the other inconsistencies. But wouldn't that mean... Ugh, this makes no freaking sense. You said it before, Ceci. The killer only had to kill once. They had no reason to climb down. They had no reason to climb down, yet they did. Did the killer somehow know Edmund wasn't dead? Maybe there was another killer? When they came after Edmund's assault. That wouldn't change anything. We still have no idea who that is. One killing is needed. Let me save, because we're gonna have to mess around a little bit here. Step before Ceci. Stage rights, gloves, catwalk, bomb threat, ropes. Before Ceci, the killer only had to kill once. Well, unless Rena walked in on it. No reason to climb down, yet they did. There was no reason, but there's no denying it happened. It's impossible for Rena to have killed herself. Clearly a killer was backstage with her. Perhaps the killer had no choice but to climb down. No choice. Was it because Edmund came in? I got it. That would explain the killer's actions. That has to be it. It's only a theory, but... Edmund? Buddy? Earth to Edmund. My head. What is this feeling? Who's there? No, stay away. Rena! Let go of me. Let go. The door. Oh God, no. Not like this. I'm alive? I remember. I remember how I died. Edmund? The killer climbed down the ropes because the door was closed. The catwalk door closed when the killer attacked me. What? No way. You were trapped in there with the killer? I see. That has to be it. The catwalk door can only be opened from the hallway. If it shuts while the killer was still inside, then they'd have no choice but to climb down. I get that, but why didn't you mention the catwalk door sooner? He couldn't. What do you mean he couldn't? I know it's just a theory, but if you think about it, that's the only way to explain the killer's actions. The killer only had one victim in mind, but they didn't account for the catwalk door. I'd never forget that door after all the trouble it caused. It must have closed when Edmund struggled against the killer. Naturally, they wouldn't be able to wait for someone to get them out. Otherwise, we'd immediately link them to Edmund's assault. So they had no choice but to climb down. I see. It makes so much more sense now. That door explains the killer's actions perfectly. But then that means... What? What now? Just giving a friendly neighborhood reminder. We're now beginning the final hour. Already? Time flies when you're having fun. But I guess for some of you, time crawls when you're about to die. Anyway, you should probably stop screwing around and find the killer. Just a suggestion, though. We need to decide the killer soon. It's easy to say that, but how? We know what the killer did, and we've eliminated Edmund and myself. But that still leaves the three of us. The killer has to be someone who was able to go to the 4th floor between hour 6:05. But that doesn't tell us much at all. Without more clues, it's pretty much a crapshoot. We're on the final hour. Let's find the killer. You say that, but how? The killer could be any of us. We know how the killer did it, and we know who couldn't have done it. But can we even identify the killer now? We don't decide soon, we're all gonna die. Guess that is still how they did it, huh? Could be any of us. We know the killer did it. We know who couldn't have done it. Instead of trying to decide the killer now, let's focus on what we don't know. Well, we don't know who the killer is. We don't know where the killer's knife is. Or how they protected their hands from the ropes. When the killer climbed down the stage ropes, they needed to protect their hands somehow. Otherwise, their hands would have incarnated them right away. That's why they had to put on these gloves. Do you recognize them? Yeah, I saw them on the catwalk earlier today. It would have been when we were first exploring the 4th floor. If those were on the catwalk, then the killer must have worn them when they climbed down. So, where did you find them? Weren't you listening? They were on the catwalk. I know that they were there originally, but I want to know where you found them, Edmund. Why does it matter? Shut up. Well, Edmund? I found these gloves in Billy's locker. They were in Billy's locker. My locker? I see. It's just as I thought. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? How much of an idiot are you, Billy? You know exactly why those bloody gloves were in your locker. You hid them after you killed Raina. What? I killed Ray? Yes, you. You're the only one. Are you sure it's that simple? How many of us would know his locker combination? He's the only one who could have unlocked it. And not only that, he fits all the criteria of a killer. A star athlete, he can easily overpower Edmund as well as climb down the ropes. He also knew about the gloves since he searched the catwalk earlier today. No, you got it all wrong. You were searching the 3rd floor. You took the floor closest to Edmund so you could kill him, didn't you? Not you too, Ceci. You know about the secret door. You even explained it for us. Wait, hold on. A clumsy murder like that? It's only fitting you concocted it. Hold on. It's true I can probably climb down. I even knew about the secret door. But I'm not the killer. That's what they all say. Ceci, please believe me. I didn't do it. Prove it. This can't be happening. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's vote before we run out of time. No, stop. Please. It's a trap. I'm being framed. Oh, just shut up already. Well, Edmund, you ready to put this murderer away? He tried to murder you and he killed your sister. Finally, there'll be justice for Raina. Argus, I still feel like you're weird. I feel horrible. We're sending him to his death. But I knew I would feel this way no matter who did it. Ed, listen to me. I swear to you, I didn't attack you. I didn't kill Ray. Edmund. Help me. No, that's wrong. Tomoka? It's still too early to indict Billy. It's possible Billy's being framed. Nothing is exclusive to Billy. Anyone could have found those gloves on the catwalk. Anyone could climb down the stage ropes. And unless you remember who attacked you, almost anyone could have done it. There's no concrete evidence against Billy. Is it not possible that he's being framed? No, I was thinking maybe because of the locker. Oh boy. possible he's being framed? What else do we have? We have the bomb threat. We have the ropes. The lighter. The gloves. It's a door. It has to be the gloves, right? Oh, that was easy. But only Billy knew his locker combination. He's the only one who could have opened it. Did you forget the locker combinations were reset? Anyone who knew the default combinations could have opened Billy's locker. Not only that, his locker was already unlocked. There's hundreds of other lockers available to him. Why would he hide something incriminating in his own locker? Especially since he couldn't lock it. That's right. You're right, Tomika. The rules dictate that doors can't be locked after being unlocked. That would only apply to actual doors. There's no way wardens can keep the lockers from locking, right? If you think about it, lockers are pretty much doors to your sweaty gym shorts. So they're not exceptions to the rule. How is that even possible? As I thought. So you're saying Billy can't be the killer because he wouldn't hide those gloves in his locker? Like I said, there were plenty of other lockers, and all of them were unlocked. I just find it hard to believe that Billy would pick the one locker we'd link him to. You make a good point. For as much crap as I give him, I don't think Billy would be that stupid. See, it's just like I said, I'm being framed. It doesn't mean you're off the hook either, but we can't afford to vote you as long as there's reason for doubt. So now what? I just played my entire hand, so I'm out of ideas. We'll just have to continue our discussion. But there's nothing left to discuss. We've gone over everything. We know what the killer did and how they did it, but we still can't link anyone to them. It would be so much easier if I saw my assailant's face. If only I could remember anything about who attacked me, then at least I'd know what to look for. Is there anything we haven't discussed yet? It doesn't matter how unimportant it sounds. We don't know who Reina's note was intended for, but if she had it, then it probably wasn't sent. What about the knife? Did anyone find a knife? Even if we found one, how would it tell us who the killer is? This is probably a dumb idea. What did the killer do before attacking me? What do you mean? We've discussed when they attacked me, when they killed Reina, and their escape. But not what they did up before all that. What's there to discuss? We don't know what they did. But we can make a few guesses based on what we do know. If we do that, maybe we can better understand the killer's actions. Understand their actions? Why would you want to do that? Despite what you might assume, the killer's not an idiot. I believe the killer only does what they deem necessary. For instance, the killer only climbed down the stage ropes because they were trapped. If there are any actions that don't make sense, I think it's worth looking into. Makes sense. Okay, let's do it. The killer only does what's necessary for them, so I need to seek out actions that don't make sense. Okay. The bomb announcement was at hour 7. While Ceci and Ray stayed to search the gym, the killer went into the halls like the rest of us. Since we don't know who the killer is, we don't know which floor they went to search. At around 6:15, the killer went to the 4th floor, then attacked Edmund on the catwalk, and the rest is history. Yeah, why did they go to the 4th floor? Something about them feels off. Could it be the autopsy? Hour 7. Ceci. So we don't know who the killer is. Don't know which floor they went to search. Could it be the key? I don't know what I'm missing. I think it has to do with the autopsy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. That wasn't on purpose. I wish I could skip this part. It's very annoying that I can't skip the deaths. Okay. Back to where we were. The security footage doesn't make sense because it didn't do anything there. Why would they go into the... Is this it? But that would make sense because they're trying to blend in. I don't know who the killer is. That's true. We don't know which floor they went to search. I think it has to be something with this. I might just look this one up. There's too many pieces of evidence. They're, like, not helping with this. Let me see. Okay, it says to do the bomb threat, but that doesn't make sense. Well, that's not right. Okay, then that's wrong. Hmm. 6:15 wasn't... Raina was still alive there, wasn't she? Maybe that's it. Hour 6:15, the killer went to the 4th floor to kill me. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. It's just, it makes no sense. Huh? What do you mean? What doesn't make sense? We began searching for the bomb after the hour 7 announcement, but the killer didn't attack me until hour 6:15. It took the killer 45 minutes to find you? So the killer searched for at most 45 minutes, then went to the catwalk intending to kill. That's true, but it still doesn't make sense for the killer to attack me at 6:15. The reason it doesn't make sense... The bang? No, that was after the hour 6 announcement. Is it because of this? Because the bomb threat was still going on, so they would have to try and find the bomb too, right? Why would the killer wait until 6:15 to attack me when there's a bomb about to explode? Ah, I see what you mean. Well, the bomb was disarmed around 6:30, so... Please stop embarrassing yourself any further. Huh? The only ones who knew the bomb was disarmed was Reina and myself. The killer attacked Edmund while ignoring the bomb was about to explode. So? So, you'd think the killer would be more focused on finding the bomb first. You make a good point. Warden made it very clear that the bomb would kill us. There's no way any of us would ignore something like that. Yet the killer seemingly did exactly that. But why? There was no benefit for killing as long as the bomb was still active. Did the killer just not care? Did they just do it for fun? That's possible, but I don't think that's all there is to it. There has to be an underlying reason for the killer's action. There has to be? It's no use trying to understand the killer's reasoning. You'd have to be really screwed up in the head to kill someone. Logic doesn't apply to killers. No, there has to be a reason. Why did the killer take such a huge risk? The killer could have attacked me at any time, so why did they wait until hour 6:15? Why did they wait so long to attack me? Is it a coincidence? Or maybe the killer was able to ignore the bomb, because they knew something the rest of us didn't. They knew something? Like what? Like when the bomb was disarmed. What? I'm with Edmund. I believe that's what happened too. Hang on, are we even sure the killer didn't just do it for no reason? Possibly, but then why would they wait so long to do it? They could have done it any time during hour 7, so why did they wait until hour 6:15? Even if their conscience stopped them until then, I highly doubt they would just do it with so little time remaining. At that point, I'd just focus on finding the bomb. I guess that makes sense. You should listen to her. She knows a thing or two about murder. I admit, I haven't considered that possibility. But is it even possible for anyone else to know about the bomb before the announcement? It is. There's a way for the killer to know too. Right, Ed? Order in the court. Hold on. Hold the effing phone. What? Keep it down. We don't have time for you right now. Just consider this a freebie. Oh boy. Pinky over there is the killer. She went up to the 4th floor after murdering... She's guilty. That was my verdict then, and it's the only correct verdict you can get. Or do you really want everyone to die with you? She's not the killer. We know that. I find that hard to believe because Cecily left the gym at hour 6:15. She wouldn't have had enough time to run to the 4th floor and attack me. The only way I'll believe that is if you show me the footage. There's no way I'm showing that to you. It's an invasion of privacy. I don't need to show you squat. Pinky's the only possible killer. She was in the sound booth. She's the only one who could know when the bomb was disarmed. No, the timing is way too tight for Cecily to be the killer. Nevertheless, the real killer did know when the bomb was disarmed. But the only one who could have known that are the ones who disarmed the bomb. That only leaves your expired sis or Pinky. But there's only one way for the killer to know without... There is one other way for the killer to know without being in the sound booth itself. And that's by listening through the vent. Screw this, I'm out of here. That vent is the only way for anyone else to know the bomb's status. At least before the 6-hour announcement. We even tested it, right, Billy? Yup. After I crawled through, I could still hear you. Though, I think my head was still in the vent. It's safe to say anyone who was close enough to the vents could listen in on the sound booth. If I could hear your soft voice, then I could definitely hear... Think carefully about how you'll finish that sentence. So, the killer knew when the bomb was disarmed because they listened through the vents. But Billy just said he had to stick his head in the vent to hear Tomoka's voice. Do you understand what I'm getting at? The killer would have had to know to listen to the vents to begin with. Exactly! That's true. They couldn't overhear the sound booth by accident. So whoever listened to the vents had to know the exact location of the bomb. And there's only one person who fits that profile. This would only be possible for the mastermind. The Illuminati. There's only one person who would know. The one controlling Warden. The mastermind. The mastermind is the one who set up the bomb, so they would know exactly where it is. But that would mean one of us is the mastermind and killer. Exactly. The mastermind created Warden to speak for them. That way they can participate without revealing their identity. I just can't believe it. One of us set this whole thing up? One of us abducted us and forced us to endure this hell? Who would do that to their own friends? Now is not the time for that. Leave that for the philosophers. The killer and the mastermind were the same. They listened through the sound booth vent. That's how they knew when the bomb was disarmed. Wait, could it be? We may get our answer sooner than expected. Sooner than... what are you getting at? You've realized it too, haven't you, Edmund? You know exactly who the killer and mastermind is. Yeah. Are you serious? You know who the killer is? Who? Who did it? Whoever was on the second floor, but... quite worked out the kinks on this theory, but we don't have time for that. Come on, we're running out of time. Who's behind all this? Yeah, no pressure or anything. I risked everything for this moment. I just have to compile the information I have and go with it. Only one of us can be the killer and mastermind. Only one of us killed Sis. The killer is... is it Argus? It was you, Argus. So it was you. Alright, you had your fun. Now tell us who the real killer is. Oh god, you're serious. I would expect this from Tomika, but you? You really think I killed her? You went to search the second floor. You knew you would be alone. But instead of searching, you were waiting by the sound booth vent, waiting for Reyna and Cecily to disarm the bomb. That's when you put your plan into action. But Billy could have listened to the vents instead of me. How? I was on the third floor. You just had to sneak down and avoid me. Besides, you suggested I search the second floor, remember? Why would I hinge my entire plan on your decision? Then why didn't he give himself the second floor? Huh? If he had to sneak around you, then he could have missed the bomb the moment the bomb was disarmed. If Billy intended on listening to the vents, he would have given himself the second floor. That's purely circumstantial. Besides, the bomb was found at hour 6:30. Cecily said so. Then it took the killer 15 minutes to find Edmund on the fourth floor. How do you explain that gap in time? It's feasible to have taken 15 minutes to find Edmund. There were a lot of rooms, and you had to make sure he wouldn't notice you coming. Alright, fess up. You're cornered. You know, all I'm hearing is about how I could have done it. But that's all a possibility. Everything you said could still apply to Billy, so why am I the one under suspicion? There was something you said earlier that tipped me off. In your rush to pin it all on Billy, you slipped up and gave yourself away. Oh, really? You heard it too, right, Edmund? Yeah. Argus, earlier you said that this evidence was of Billy's guilt. Argus, you referred to these as bloody gloves. Bloody gloves? But they're clean. Exactly. Anyone who looks at those gloves can see that. I never once told anybody about the blood on these gloves. And yet you knew, Argus. You knew that these gloves were covered in blood. Come on, guys. When I said bloody, I didn't mean literally. It was for emphasis. But man, it's creepy that they were literally covered in blood. Funny, in all the years I've known you, you've never once said bloody for emphasis. Alright then, it's time I stop screwing around. Let's say hypothetically, I killed Reyna as you claimed. Then what? What did I do after committing the murder? You went to the senior boys' locker room, then hid the gloves in Billy's locker. You used the secret door to go to the adjacent locker room, then left the gym. And then what? You returned to the second floor. How did I get to the second floor? That's impossible. Remember, Stairwell B is lodged on the first floor. Do you still think I went up those stairs? No. Glad we have an understanding. Now I'll ask again. How did I get to the second floor? Oh, let me skip it that time. Stairwell A? The only way through stairwell A to the third... The only way was through stairwell A to the third floor, then stairwell B to the second floor. Exactly. Now, I have a question for you, Billy. For me? After we split up, when and where did you find me? It was about 5 minutes after the hour 6 announcement on the second floor. What's wrong? It's exactly as he testified before. I was just about to head back to the gym where he found me on the second floor. That means somehow you got there before me. That's impossible. Think back to the route I would have to take. Just like Edmund said, I'd have to use stairwell A to go from the first floor to the third. From there, I would take stairwell B to the second floor. We know that. Why are you bringing it up? You still don't get it? Think about the timing. Raina was killed at hour 6:05. The hour of announcement was at 6 o'clock. In order to return to the second floor, I'd have to go through the locker rooms, then run up the stairs before Billy even thought to go find me. I had less than 5 minutes to make that whole journey. Do you honestly think I could run that fast? I don't think any of you could run that fast. Sorry, guys. No, everything was lining up perfectly. But he's right, the timing is too strict. There's just no... There is a way. Tomoka? Oh, really? Why don't you enlighten me then? Go ahead. Tomoka, what are you talking about? What's the fastest way to the second floor? Don't worry if it makes sense or not. Just tell me. The fastest way? If we ignore all logic, the fastest way from this first floor to the second is stairwell B. The fastest way I can think of is going directly to the second floor from the first. Directly? But he just said that would take forever. True, if you were using stairwell A. Stairwell A? Tomoka, are you thinking what I think you're thinking? I think Argos used stairwell B to get from the first floor to the second. I said that and you said I was wrong. I guess that makes sense. Makes sense my ass. In case you morons have forgotten, stairwell B is locked on the first floor. What Tomoka is suggesting is pure fantasy. Tomoka seems to have an idea, but is that even possible? No, right now I shouldn't be thinking about whether it's possible, but rather what would make Tomoka's theory possible. It's not fantasy. There is a way. I can't believe you're even considering this idiocy. You're grasping at straws. Maybe so, but still. This is what you use to go directly from the first floor to the second. That was my logic in the beginning, and they said, no, you're stupid. All you needed was the stairwell B key. After unlocking the stairs on the first floor, you'd have a shortcut on the second floor. Before you keep going, I must ask, where did you find that key? Raina found it after we explored the second floor. She entrusted me with this key, and I've kept it on me at all times. Not that. Sorry, I should have been more specific. I mean, where did you find that key after you woke up? After I woke up, it was in my pocket. Your pocket? Edmund, you're killing me. If you're saying I used that key, why do you have it? He has a point. Why do I have this key? Oh. Here we go. It never left my side. No, I don't know that for sure. Wait a minute. Tomoka, I was there when you searched his pockets. Does that key look familiar to you? No, I didn't find anything in his pockets. What? But I definitely had it when I woke up. It's very strange. While Edmund was unconscious, he didn't have the key, but it returned to him before he woke up. Here's what I think happened. After killing Raina, Argus took the key out of Edmund's pocket, then used it to unlock stairwell B on the first floor. But why does Ed have it? Argus couldn't keep the key on him. It would have been damning evidence against him. So he hid it in the one place he thought we wouldn't find it. Oh, please, give me a break. The place where he hid the key. It has to be... Based on what we know, we can only come to one conclusion. Argus hid the key in my pocket. That's crazy talk. If I really did take the key, when did I have the chance to return it? When you went backstage. Huh? During the investigation, I saw you walk backstage. I assumed it was to check the crime scene, but you had something else in mind. You were hiding the key. Since the rest of us were already finished our inspection there, we had no reason to return. You were able to hide the key backstage without drawing suspicion to yourself. Speechless, huh? I'm surrounded by idiots. I'm just dumbfounded by your idiotic, foolish, half-wit, ignoramus stupidity. Let's see if I understand. After killing Raina and Edmund, I took his key, which I didn't know he had, mind you. Then I used the key to go to the second floor using stairwell B. It's a compelling theory, but only that. Just a theory. A game theory, no. Sorry. That was funny, you know it was. If that's all the evidence you have against me, then you're all bigger idiots than I thought. You've deluded yourselves into thinking I'm the killer. You're completely ignoring the other idiot who could have done everything you're claiming. If I really did this, then show me some proof. Prove I took the key and went upstairs. But no, you can't prove it. If you could, you would have shown it by now. Instead, you're resorting to stupid theories. It's all there, black and white, crystal as clear. Clear as crystal, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. He's getting aggressively defensive. Is this really the same Argus I knew? Time is running short, and we need to end this soon. There must be something I can use to prove he's the killer. But how? You're all idiots for believing I'm the killer. You knew when the bomb was disarmed. Maybe we should suspect you then. You knew the gloves were bloody. Like I said before, moron, bloody is for bloody emphasis. You avoided the camera by going to the locker room. Assuming I even knew there was a camera. You took Edmund's key, then used it to unlock stairwell B on the first floor. That's all just speculation. All you idiots have are theories and crap. I swear he has an answer for everything. There are no witnesses or any physical evidence. There must be some way to prove his guilt. What do we have? Stairwell key, bomb threat, Anna's message, Raina's wounds, the gloves, the luminol. That could prove evidence if we, like, used it on him, maybe, but I don't... Only just for believing I'm the killer. Maybe it's the, all you have is... Because he would still have blood splatter on him. And the bomb was disarmed. You knew the gloves were bloody. Hid the camera by going to the locker room. Something I knew there was a camera. Took a key and used it on stairwell B. It's all speculation. Avoided the camera by going in the locker room. The gloves, maybe? I don't think he was trying to avoid the cameras. He had no reason to believe any of us could find the footage. But why else would he go to the lockers? Perhaps he needed to use the shower. For what? My clothes? The gloves were clean when they were found. He must have washed the gloves in the shower before hiding them. Billy probably washed them in the shower. Why would I wash them if I was trying to frame Billy? That's true. I mean, he could have washed his clothes. Because he's right, the gloves wouldn't make sense. Then what evidence would we use with that? Maybe, like, the luminol could show that it was on your clothes? I don't know. Was there something wrong with what I said? I know I'm just grasping at straws. But if my hunch is correct, then maybe. What if the killer had to use the shower? Isn't that obvious? The killer had to use the shower to wash the blood off the gloves. That's not it. Sure, they washed the gloves, but they didn't have to do that. Well, Billy had to. Shut up. So why do you think the killer had to use the shower? To wash their clothes. Think back to the crime scene. We all know the killer wiped the blood off the mic stand. I believe they did this hoping we wouldn't figure out Raina fought back. But we kinda assumed that anyway because of her cuts. And if that was true, that means Raina was bleeding before she died. Oh, I get what you're saying. Am I missing something? Is that important? It's very important. Tomoka? Were you thinking of this too? Keep going. Right. If Raina used the mic stand to fight, then blood would have gotten on it during their fight. And if that's the case, the killer cut Raina during their fight backstage. If we consider how many cuts were in Raina's body, and how much blood was on the mic stand, then some of her blood had to have splashed onto the killer. An interesting theory. Actually, you have some evidence, right? Not yet, but that's why I want to perform a luminol test on your clothes. Even if the killer washed their clothes, a luminol test will still reveal traces of blood. No, that's... And if we find any blood, you'll have to explain how and why. What are you talking about? You're all crazy. Besides, you can't perform a luminol test here. It's too bright. That's why we'll be going backstage for this. It's the only place dark enough to see the luminols glow. No, you won't get any reaction. It'll be a total waste of time. Then we better make it quick. Let's go. I refuse. That's an invasion of privacy. Don't give me that crap. What's the matter? If I'm wrong, then this will clear your name. Instead, you're refusing. Essentially, you're confessing to Raina's murder. No, I'm not confessing to anything. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Just shut up and die already. When we met up in the gym after discovering the crime scene, I remember your clothes were slightly damp. Was it because of sweat or the shower? This is all bullcrap. You were gunning for me from the start. All of you were. You wanted to believe I did it because you couldn't stand me. Admit it. Argus, I'm not doing this because I hate you. I know I should hate you for everything you've done, but even now, I just can't. How can I? After everything we've been through, part of me still considers you a friend. I want nothing more than everything to go back to the way it was. Before this game, before the abductions, before the murders. I wish I didn't have to lose Raina or you. Even so, I can't overlook this. I can't overlook what you've done. You might be my friend, but your crimes can't be ignored. That's why I want to end this right. I'll go over the case again from the beginning. I'll reveal the truth behind your crimes, and bring this horrible day to an end. It all started after the bomb announcement at hour 7. Warden told us that a bomb was set to blow in an hour. We had to find it and disarm the bomb, so we split up. Cecily and Raina took the gym. Meanwhile, Tomoka stayed on the first floor. The killer went to the second, Billy went to the third, and I ran up to the fourth. Around hour 6:30, Cecily and Raina went to the sound booth. Everything in there happened just as Tomoka already explained. Cecily shoved Raina into the window, knocking her out. That remains unchanged. After hour 6:15, I went to search the catwalk. It was there that the killer pushed me off, intending to kill me. I grabbed onto the curtain to slow my fall. The killer saw that I survived, so they took one of the only rebars on the catwalk and dropped it, impaling me with it. As far as anyone knew, I was killed there. But then something unexpected happened. The door to the catwalk closed and got stuck. The killer was trapped on the catwalk. They had no choice but to find another way out. While wearing the gloves to protect their hands, they climbed down the ropes on the stage to the stage. Around that time, Raina woke up. She was probably drawn by the sound of me falling backstage. As soon as she arrived, however, she witnessed the killer standing over my body. Raina grabbed a nearby mic stand and fought the killer. The killer drew their knife to fight back, but in the end, the killer overpowered her and killed her. The killer then tampered with the crime scene. They took two things, the lighter from Raina and the stairwell B key from me. Then, the killer crushed Raina's body under the stage weight. They then set up the lighter under the rope, just like Tomoka said before. The killer also took the time to wipe the microphone with the gloves. With the killing set, the killer made their escape. They slipped into the senior boys' locker room. The killer took time in the shower to wash the blood from their clothes. They also washed the gloves and hid them in one of the lockers. Then the killer used a secret door to get out of the gym quickly. Whether it was intentional or not, they also bypassed the cameras in the gym. The killer then used the key to unlock this door to stairwell B. This provided them a shortcut from the first floor to the second floor, where they were supposed to be. The killer wanted to make it look like he was there the whole time, so he waited there for Billy to arrive. With their alibi set, it was only a matter of time until the stage weight fell. This drew everyone to the gym where they discovered the gruesome scene. But the killer's plan didn't end there. He still had the key and couldn't allow anyone to find it. He returned to the scene of the crime, making sure he was alone, then replaced the key in my pocket, confident no one would come back and search my body. Their plan might have succeeded if I didn't wake up. The attempted murder of myself and the murder of Reina, all this was accomplished by one person. Argus Xenos, you're the one who murdered my sister. What's wrong? Having trouble breathing? No, that's not true. That's impossible. I can't lose. We don't have much time left. It's time for the vote. I was supposed to win. Why couldn't I win? If only you died there, I would have gotten away. I would have accepted Cecily as the killer. I would have let the rest of you live. She was so convinced she killed Reina. She was such a beautiful tragedy, ruined by such a stupid coincidence. It was so perfect and you ruined it. You ruined everything. He's finally given up. It's over, Argus. Nothing is over. Nothing. Come on, let's put this monster away. What's so funny? It's just hilarious. You're also gung-ho about voting. Do you really think I'm going to let the game end in such an incomplete state? Incomplete? Append rules. Voting won't begin until the true murder weapon is revealed. Okay. What the? Yes, you're all correct. I killed her. I'm the mastermind. What just happened? Why isn't the voting starting? In this school, the rules are law. I guess you could say I'm law. So you're finally showing your true colors. Why bother hiding anymore? It's not like you can stop me now. Until we reveal the true weapon. But good luck trying. It could be anywhere and anything. You have no chance. What is this? We know he did it. He's even flaunting it. But we can't vote until we find that weapon. Now then, let's the final debate begin. We don't have time for this. I have no choice. I'll have to figure out the weapon, right here and now. Argus has finally confessed, but we can't end this until the true murder weapon is revealed. He probably thinks it's impossible. That's why he's giving us this chance. Let's start by identifying the true weapon. What weapon could Argus be referring to? It has to be the knife. The only weapon we still haven't identified is the source of Sis's cuts, the knife. That has to be what he wants. It was one of the few things taken from backstage. But why was it taken? Sis's wounds made it obvious some kind of knife was used. Leaving it backstage would make no difference. So why? Why was the knife removed from the scene of the crime? Just for this moment? They really thought this far ahead? No. Argus had to take the knife. He had to take the knife. It would incriminate him otherwise, which means he hid it here. On him. I was going to say in a locker, but they searched the lockers. He still has the murder weapon. He couldn't risk anyone finding it, so he hid it on himself, which means he might still have it. But wait a minute, if we searched him, then we would find him out. I doubt he would take that risk, but maybe he didn't have to, because the knife is disguised. Must be disguised somehow. Most likely it's something none of us would look twice at. He is the mastermind, so he'd definitely give himself some sort of advantage. It would most likely be something he had from the beginning. If we think back to what we all started with, the murder weapon can only be this. Is it his phone? His phone has a knife in it? That's it! The reason we had the knife, why the knife was taken. It was in his phone since the beginning. Why do you have a knife in his phone, though? What if the weapon was something he had to take? What do you mean? If someone found it, then we would have connected Argus to the murder right away. So I think you still have it on you. Then let's search him. We won't have to, because the knife is his phone. His phone? Seriously? We've identified all the weapons in this case except for the knife. It's the only weapon removed from the stage. It's clear that Raiden was cut. He had no reason to remove it. So why did he take the knife? The only explanation I can think of is it's because it's something we could link back to him. Like his phone. And we can easily figure out each phone's owner. Argus, your phone, please. You heard him. Hand it over. Screw this. What's that sound effect? Here. Thanks. The blade just has to be in here. Do we have any tools? The phone is still functional, so I don't think it would be in the phone itself. He would also have to get the blade out quickly. I doubt Raina would have given him time to unscrew it. It must be in the case then. There's a switch. Be careful with that. Anything could happen. Here goes nothing. Holy jeez, man. This was just what I was hoping for. We got you now. I found it. This is the knife you used to kill Raina. This explains why it wasn't left on the stage. Even though the weapon was obviously a knife, the fact it was hidden in your phone meant you couldn't risk anyone finding it. No, how? Yeah, blah blah. No, not that. Sure, I have the knife in my phone, but it's purely for self-defense. Can you prove I killed Raina with it? Not this again. It's okay, we can prove it was used. You can? Ha, you're bluffing. This is no bluff. We have exactly what we need to prove you killed her with that knife. No way. There's no proof like that. It's not true. That's impossible. Tell him, Edmund. With pleasure. Last piece of evidence we need will be the final nail in your coffin. What? The luminol? Are we going to use the luminol? Is that even in here? There. What's with that crap? This is a bottle of C8H7N3O2, also known as luminol. It can reveal hidden bloodstains on anything, including your phone. All we need is a dark room. If we spray this blade with the luminol, I guarantee we'll get a reaction. It's almost midnight. The halls will be dark enough to see the glow. It's on me. It's time you paid for your crimes. Your game ends here. Crap. Oh, crap. Game over, man. Game over. So this is what it feels like to have my plans thwarted by the good guys. What a pain. Don't tell me you're still breathing. I wonder if you're still awake. Unconscious. Pity. I wanted to hear you scream for your precious big sister more. I wanted to see you wallow in despair before I end you, but this will do fine. Jesus, I knew there was something fucked up with him. To think I could have this much power over someone's life. All I have to do is twist this rebar and... What? Raina? You... Why Argus? First Felix, then this killing game, and now my brother, your friend. You knew? Knew something about Felix? Of course you would. You would have considered it eventually. But you couldn't say anything since you couldn't prove. Shut up. End this now or I'll... Or what? Never pegged you for the killing type. But killing me won't win this game. You'll just be a I don't care. Didn't see that coming, did you? What? Ty. How? How are you still... Die! Okay, I'm not doing all the sound effects. You know, if you just ran while you had the chance, you could have ended this sooner and lived to tell the tale. But no, you had to be a big damn hero. You had to save your worthless little brother. Honestly, what's so great about him that you'd throw your life away? He was gonna die regardless of what you did. So why didn't you save yourself? Oh, look here. He's not breathing anymore, and I didn't have to do anything. Looks like he died for nothing. my time's running out. Hold on. We'll finish this chapter, and then chapter 6 will be a different one. I couldn't... If I just realized sooner, then... Forgive me, everyone. Please. Save him. Save my brother. I love you, Edmund. To think she got the last laugh. My, what impeccable timing. And by impeccable, I mean... Got him. Okay, that was the end of chapter 5. I'm so sorry, I wanted to finish this, but I literally cannot. I have to go. Because I have things to do. I said I was going to be here for not very long, but I ended up running over anyway, so. At least we got through this chapter, right? So, take that for that, and we will finish up sometime next week with chapter 6. I know, there was only a little bit left, but at least from what I know, I think chapter 6 is supposed to be like one of the shortest chapters, but thank you for watching if you came, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a drawing stream, hopefully, as long as it's working. Goodbye.